What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book and title Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as always. Feminine Masculinity. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna talk about how with the undefined gender roles and you know guys acting girly. Another video I'm gonna talk about girls acting galley. How about that? Um, but how it comes across to men and the complaints I hear from women who have to deal with this. Now, let's start. Guys, feminine masculinity is when a guy has feminine tendencies, whether that's moody, uh, drama queen, shit starter, backbiting, emotionally too overly emotional, um, quick to getting some stuff, quick to talks too much, talks too harshly, talks themselves into fights that they don't want to fight their way out of. What I mean by that, okay? When guys deal with this, you know, you're dealing with young guys or just guys in general who are moody. So guys don't like being around moody guys because it makes no sense. It really doesn't. Because it's like a bipolar mentality. Like his attitude changes with wherever the wind blows, and it's it's inconsistent, and it doesn't, and it makes you want to hurt the person. Uh, Because when a guy is moody like a girl, it's like shut up, man. Like damn, bro. Like let it go. You know what I mean by that is, like when you was a kid, you was playing basketball and they start losing, and instead of playing better to win or playing some defense, getting some rebounds, they just wanted to foul, try to foul real hard, start arguments, or just take the ball and go home. And it's like when you see guys who are supposed to be grown men pulling these stunts, you have a disdain for them. Then they're the guys who are drama queens, you know. And I've seen this with, whether it be effeminate guys, or all the way to gay guys. They do what girls do, as in they'll talk in a condescending manner so you can hear them. But see, they get confronted by that because they're guys, they're not girls. So they'll say some slick shit, and then you're like, "What'd you say?" And then it's like, because for some odd reason they forget that their brain and mouth may think it can operate like a female, but their body is masculine. So a guy's not gonna look at you as a girl; he's gonna look at you as a guy who, obviously doesn't like their teeth. So you don't need them no more. And I've seen that plenty of times where guys do pass, you know, say the wrong thing, or just say something to get attention, or do some type of passive aggressive, or macro or microaggression towards another guy, and then they forget that these ain't girls we talking about. These are guys. You gonna get hurt, you know. So the drama queen part is bothersome because they look for drama like a girl, but forget they're not girls, and somebody coming for your head. The overly emotional thing, you know. And what I mean by overly emotional, I don't mean moody and I don't mean drama queen. What I mean is um, they are ran by their emotions. You can amp them up. You can you can say something to them and break their spirit. They are pretty much controlled by feelings. And a lot of guys use that to their advantage because sometimes you don't have to confront a guy who's overly emotional. You just, since he's a guy, you could talk to him the way you want to talk to a woman who steps out of line, but you're gonna crush her. So you gotta filter what you say. You ain't gotta filter what you say for a guy who's emotional. You can just let him have it, just bam, and he'd be like, whether you're addressing them, confronting them, straight up punking them. You know, their pride gets them in so many ridiculous situations because they're overly emotional. They ran by it. It's like clockwork. Guys play on it all the time. You know. And the other thing is about that, because of those emotions, a lot of time these feminine guys are hot headed. And see, this is where some of these shootouts happen, and some of these young boys get in trouble, and some of these grown men get knocked out because their feminine masculinity lets them believe that they can say anything to anybody. They can do anything to anybody, and all that's gonna happen is they're just gonna walk away like nothing ever happened. You're not dealing with girls. This is not the bad girls club or the mean girls club. You're dealing with adolescents, teenagers, young men, grown men. Ain't no walking off after you done crossed the line. You're gonna get knocked the hell out. But that's the thing about being hot-headed and that feminine masculinity, because these guys spent their whole life talking. Nobody taught these guys how to fight, defend themselves, or stand up for themselves. They just told them that this works, just blah 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 blah, and then don't work no more. Because this, you gonna answer this. Spent so much time on it. Now it's time to talk about how the girls view this. It's my grandmother used to always say, you don't date a man who thinks he's prettier than you. Girls nowadays, you know, they date these guys. But then girls get mad because they can't respect the guy's masculinity because of his effeminate ways. So when he tries to come off and say something manly, I done heard this so many girls be like, they don't take him serious. Like, you a little bitch. You act like a bitch. Now, they dating the bitch, but I mean, so it's like, shut up, because you chose to be with a bitch and you knew he was a bitch. But at the same time, they don't respect it. When sometimes they're embarrassed to go out in public with these guys because their qualities just don't come off as masculine, as heterosexual. And they may be cool to be with, and they may be sensitive, and they may be a great cuddle buddy, but that's not the guy that they want to lay up on at night. You know, it's cool to have a fantasy about for girls have fantasies about Prince, but they don't want to go home to Prince every night. They probably want to go home to, I don't know, Pac. But he had feminine qualities too, but he was mostly hard. Harder compared to Prince rather. But game blouses. Anyway, um, but they don't respect being with that guy. It's just like it's a ticking time bomb because and you can see it when it plays out in public when they're together because the guy's nervous about other men who exude masculinity around his girl because he feels the energy that she can be pulling away or she's attracted to something other than his you know what I'm saying, and that's a problem. you know Plus, just the male role of it. He, he can't do the masculine things, the small things, change tires, change oil, cut grass, do some sheetrock, do cut, just the motherfucker might not even be able to open a jar of pickles, man. I'm just saying, like he brother can't even barbecue, like can't get on the grill, none of that, like just you know the manly things, he can't stand up and fight because he get his nails done. He don't want to mess up his manicure. So I remember having a girl, knowing this girl in college, and this is how bad it was. I remember her saying, my man is a bitch. I was like, stop talking about your man like that. Like, he ain't supposed to, do everything you as a woman does. If somebody kicking the door, she said, if somebody kicking the door, I'm gonna have to grab a knife and go fight, cause his ass gonna be in the room screaming like a little bitch, cause he's a bitch. And at first it was a joke, but then she meant that shit, and I was like, oh, okay. So the ultimate idea that you're gonna be protected is out the window. I mean, and sometimes those same women uh, actually cheat because they want to feel a little extra testosterone in the bedroom. So, yeah, it happens. We out.